My Adventures with Superman, Season 2, Episode 1. Talk about a banger to the start of a season. From the comic books, we go from Christmas to now Valentine's Day. Something else I'd like to add coming off of that, which this is probably also something associated with Season 1, is that Jimmy's Flamebird has really taken off, and now he's kind of like a boss. That's all I really can notice coming from the comic book. Now it's time to dive into the highlights of this episode. At the beginning, Clark has another dream. This time his father is able to speak English, and he warns him about someone else arriving. Now we get into the major plot line, which is that Lewis has a space research friend she knows from back in the day, and this is where she finds out about this asteroid that is going to be landing to Earth. So now the trio is at this research facility. We get to see Jimmy talk to the same person working for Dr. Ivo, which his name is Alex. But at the end of the day, he tries to give him some inspiring messages. The reason we highlight this is because we got a pretty good feeling about who this is. Now we get to the part where both Clark and Lewis go into the friend's office to see the evidence of this asteroid, which Clark notices this is a very similar ship to his. With this new hunch, the gang goes to investigate. Clark ends up getting separated from the other two. He sees his father again, he follows him, and eventually he gets into this ship where he gets to actually talk to his father, who is now speaking perfect English. Which, for fun fact, Superman does have a power that actually lets him auto-translate any language. And that's where Clark's father drops the lore on him, that his home planet Krypton is fully destroyed and everyone there is now dead. Except for one other person, which is his cousin called Kara. That's really a huge bunch of bomb drops all at once, but in that moment, I was really happy to hear Kara's name. She's just such a fun character, and I've been reading a lot of her comics, so I'm excited to get to see her eventually. Now, the next part to all of this is that actually we get to see Amanda Waller as well as Slade are on the same ship, which could have been a part of what the comics was trying to hint at, that they're trying to collect all this different stuff. They're against Superman, so it's all starting to kind of go somewhere. Which, technically speaking, it was shown in season 1, but I'm just referring from the comic book because that's like the bridgeway. But while they're there, this is where we get some bomb dropping news that Lewis was there and she overhears that her dad is locked up. So where both Lewis and Jimmy are kind of camped out, they were looking for Clark earlier and they're kind of overheard all this. They get into a bit of a scuffle. Clark works his way over here as well as his father who is helping him. Superman is finally on site. He does some fighting, and this is where we discover for the first time Kryptonite. Amanda Waller actually notices this because it actually weakened Superman, so she wants to get it. However, Jimmy is the one to collect it. Surprisingly, the one to actually clean everything up is Superman's own father. And then what he does, he like does this shocking thing, and we get to see the Fortress of Solitude just come out of nowhere. That's where both Clark and his father have their last moment together. Technically, he's already dead and this is just a hologram. It's still sad. But in that moment, Clark is also given a tip from his father in order to find Kara. Apparently, that ship's communication beacon was destroyed. So now he has to find a dimensional gateway from 22 years ago in order to locate her. Now we go from here to our finale of the episode. In a romantic attempt by Clark, he is actually given a request by Lewis to save her father, which he agrees to do so. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I felt like I really went into much depth on this episode, and I'm hoping to continue to just kind of highlight some things and do what I do usually now. With all that, I rate this episode a 9.5. Josie Campbell, you are truly an amazing writer. You make me smile, you make me cry. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on My Adventures with Superman, Season 2, Episode 1. Hope you guys stay safe. Until next time, peace out, guys.